Katie and I'm the designer behind KT and the Squid, and in this video I'm going to be doing a detailed yarn review of Red Heart's new yarn Baby Hugs. So like I said, Baby Hugs is a brand new yarn from Red Heart, and it's pretty obvious from the name that this was made for babies. Baby Hugs comes in two different weights. You have your light, which is like a DK, and then you also have your medium, which is like a worsted. With the light, you're going to get 318 yards, and then with the medium, you're going to get 247 yards. On Red Heart's website, they sell it for $4.99, and that's a pretty good price, I think. So when I got my yarn, it came with all kinds of information about it, and what I thought was interesting is there's this seal, and it's also on all the skeins. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it says tested for harmful substances. Now, I wasn't quite sure what this meant, so I did a little bit of looking online. Now, some people online are saying that this means that this yarn is free of any chemicals. Now, I find that hard to believe because it's an acrylic, which is a man-made substance, and it's gonna have chemicals in it. So when I looked online, what I read is it doesn't have any harmful chemicals in it, or that there's 300 chemicals that they tested for, and these chemicals aren't at a harmful level. So obviously there's gonna be chemicals in it, but it's not gonna be harmful. And that's great when you're making these things for babies, and you can feel good about giving this to somebody with a baby or making it for your baby, and it's not gonna have harmful chemicals in it. Now, one thing I love about this yarn is that it comes in the great baby colors that we know, but it also comes in some fun, more modern colors. In the skein, the yarn is super squishy. I think that's a great way to explain how it feels. And I can tell it has a lot of air in it, so it's going to be nice and light. If you're familiar with Red Heart's With Love, that's the kind of texture that I would describe this yarn as having. So with this yarn, I got this great pattern for a crochet lovey teether, and then on the other side is the knit version. These can be found on Red Heart's website for free. And I also got the wooden teether that goes along with the design. So I made one up and I gave it to my daughter. She's a little bit old for this, but she's still teething, so she played with it for about a week and she thought it was kind of fun. With the medium weight, I also worked up a square, and this is my Skr square. It's a free pattern on my website. I'll leave a link to that. And I washed it and it came out great. It's lovely and kind of drapey, and it's super soft, even softer than when it went into the wash. And I would definitely use this as a baby blanket or even a baby sweater or anything that'll go on a baby. It's super soft. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at this yarn. Baby Hugs is a 4-ply yarn, and it's nice and round and has a lot of air in it. So that means it's going to be nice and warm, but it's also not going to be super heavy or anything. So here I made the crochet lovey teether. That was made with the light version of the yarn, which is the DK weight. So I made this and then I gave it to my daughter. She kind of roughed it up just so I could see how it handled, and I did wash it once too. And there is a little bit of a fuzziness to it, but there's nothing, she didn't destroy it or anything, so that's great. I really like how these post stitches really pop with the yarn. That could be great for all kinds of patterns where you want to highlight a textured stitch. You can also see here where I have this openness. It's not super lacy, but these holes kind of lighten up the yarn a little bit, and you're not going to lose a lot of heat that way. As far as the quality of the yarn, I worked these two up. This is my durability swatch, and then I wound the rest into a ball. I didn't find any knots or any uneven weirdness, so I think it's a pretty good quality yarn, especially for the price that you get it. Also, when I was working with it, I thought it was really easy to work with. It glided over my crochet hooks, and I thought it was pretty easy to knit with as well. And I used bamboo hooks, and I didn't find any issues with that. So this was my durability test. I wanted to see how it held up to abuse, because if you're going to use this for babies or children, you're going to be washing it a lot, and I wanted to make sure that it really held up. So I washed this swatch, I think I washed it 4 times, and in between each time I really rubbed it together and roughed it up. And quite honestly, it looks exactly the same. There's really not any fuzzing to be seen, and there's no pills at all. I mean, you can see from the yarn that I have hanging here, you can tell it's been washed, but the swatch looks really great. So as far as blocking goes, I think I've said this before, but when you're making something for a baby, all you really want to do for blocking is to throw the finished item in the wash. That's all you should have to do. And this did fantastic. All I did was wash this and it came out great. To start off with, the yarn was really soft, but even after just one washing, it got a lot softer, and I can tell this has only been washed once and this has been washed 4 times, and it just gets softer after each wash. Overall, I think Red Heart did a great job with this yarn. It'll definitely hold up to the abuse that babies put it through, and you'll feel confident making something that a child will wear over and over and over again and not worry about it being washed and looking dingy after just a few wears. So when you're looking for a pattern, I definitely look for something with texture. You're not going to get something super lacy even if you're working with the DK weight because of the puffiness of the stitch. If you look on Red Heart's website, they have some great patterns already designed specifically for the yarn. They had some really cute like dresses and hats and stuff for babies. I also think it'd be great for Afghans or baby blankets. You get a lot of yarn for not a lot of money, and it's super soft when it's washed, so it's going to be great for things like that. So now for the exciting news. Red Heart has offered to give away 5 skeins of the medium weight to one lucky winner. This giveaway is open to everybody in North America. I will put a link to my blog where there'll be a raffle copter entry form. All you have to do is enter your email. If you want to find out more about this yarn, check out Red Heart's website. You can find all their patterns and purchase yarn directly from them. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.